we have always said that we need your creativity to create with us and to create with Source. Otherwise, if it was totally automatic, what was the point of your existence? So you are all unique, you're all gifts, you're all a key to unlock a certain wavelength on the earth. So you have a part. You can surrender to Source, but there's also a part of action, a part of this leap that we were telling you about, to fall forward. So that is your part. And what the Atlanteans did, they kind of or some Atlanteans, they were over exaggerating this part. They lost the connection to the heart and to everything, and they got caught up in their own creativity and got so excited about that, and also the power of that, of new inventions on how you could refine everything and make things better. All these impulses that actually we also have and that we want to take over the control. That is when the separation started.
Hello.
Hello, Mattias.
Hello. Nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been summer.
Yes.
Beautiful summer.
Yes.
It went quick.
Yes. Yes. So, I guess we're inviting the council today. Do you want
Yes, as
to tell
usual.
us something in advance? Have they spoken to you in advance?
Yeah, it's interesting. I've been thinking about that because it's when I have something I really want to know, then it's really hard for me to listen and I get very suspicious if it's
Mm-hmm.
really important questions. But
Mm.
if I'm just casually
Mm.
letting them drop in, then
Yeah.
they can things happen. So I have to develop that
Mm.
to do it for myself. It's not
Yes.
so easy.
Yes.
So, but when I have help like from you, someone who's interviewing, and then it's much easier. Also to answer questions about myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
And is it like yeah? Do you need to some channelers they like to like do some preparations like some breath work or something some other practices. Do you have any some
No, no,
processes? No.
nothing,
No.
nothing. Actually, it's I heard, listen to some channelers that it's just a
Mm.
switch you turn on and off.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Especially when I have help from you.
I know some people talk about it's like a switchboard and uh, that we can connect
Mm.
to like many entities,
Mm. Yeah.
but it depends on the wavelength and the resonance, I guess. That's kind of you know
Well, I thought I needed to kind of ease into it, and
mm,
it's also when I'm starting. If I'm just, I thought I had to do something, but if I
mm,
just start to talk, they in the beginning I don't feel the connection so much, but after a few seconds or half a minute, then it's really there.
yes.
So, but yeah, it's some channelers talk about trance, uh, and I don't know. Maybe it is some kind of trance. I don't feel like I've been in like more shamanistic circles with drums and fires,
Mm,
and I
mm, mm,
don't need that, and it feels a little bit like it's old. Like so many have this possibility to just tune in directly. That this was that's just my own personal guess that in the old times it was much more dense, so you needed to have these tools to get in contact.
Well, I mean, my perspective, and I wouldn't call myself a well, we are all channels. That's a message I
For
receive, but
sure.
I'm in maybe in the initiatory phases here,
Yeah, I
learning
mean,
and testing, you know.
you're
Uh,
totally
yeah,
right that we are like channeling all the time. We are in connection
mm,
more than we think. We are doing what we're supposed to do, the small
yeah,
things, being a parent, and we
mm,
have this instinct to do the right thing when we relax. I
mm,
think
mm,
it's
mm,
that we have so much distortions in our lives with screens and strange food and like a lot of things that is kind of disconnecting us. But
mm,
for me, I don't need to be super balanced. It's well, many times when we were starting, I was
mm,
not at all balanced when we did these talks. Now, because I've been fasting, I feel much more grounded.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it seems to be that it doesn't matter what kind of state I'm in so
Mm,
much.
yeah. But like, if I were to pick up a bit on the experience and having, you know, listened to multiple channelers, I would kind of say you're in the category of conscious channelers. Would you have you heard of that
No,
term
I
before?
haven't.
So that's like I guess it's a contrast between the conscious channelers. You don't completely you're still aware, you're still somewhere in the background, right? And
Aha.
you're mostly aware during the
Mm.
channelings, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
you know more about channelers than I do, I think.
And that's kind of, you know, that's
Yeah.
also interesting, you know. How
Yeah.
is that, you
Yeah.
know, it's I mean, it's for you it's been like a natural thing, I guess, since childhood, like you had
No, no,
this,
no. 5 years, the
yeah,
channeling thing
sure.
in this way.
Yeah,
But
sure.
but uh, the initiations that they've been doing, the
Mm,
activations, I wasn't so much aware. I couldn't take it in so much in the
mm,
beginning, but then
mm.
I got used to it. And the one we did as a live on Facebook on the Lionsgate, that
Yeah,
was really
yeah.
strong for me as well.
Yeah,
So
and it was beautiful. It was like it was not like a short meditation or activation. It was like probably like 20 minutes or so. I mean,
yeah.
it was quite, and it was. I mean, I felt so relaxed, you know, but just listening.
Mm. Yeah, and
Um,
I think also that I'm
yeah.
actually interfering on this my before I have made kind of cut it short
Mm,
sometimes in
mm,
some way or thinking that oh this is I should this is not good I should or there's some part of me that is hasn't been letting them sometimes do everything that they
mm.
want. So I'm relaxing more and more into
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and I'm learning. Also, what we spoke about before, when there's kind of gotcha questions, I think I'm
yeah,
responsible for them, but
sure.
I'm also learning to relax, and then
Yeah.
something really interesting can come through, because
Mm,
when you ask a question, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get responsible, and I have a lot of this kind of
mm, mm,
fake thinking I'm fake that is
mm,
from childhood
mm,
that
mm,
comes
mm.
into this also because this is so
I mean,
weird in a way.
I'm thinking it's like we're like we're birthed into this matrix, if you like, and there is this, you know, we have this collective experience and the collective, you know, consensus reality, you know. and it's like opening up and honoring the real part of like the inner child. That's not what we learn maybe in school. That's not the
No,
process in um
no, it's yeah, lovely.
yeah,
It feels like almost an intention you set there with the inner to bring the inner child into this, you and
yeah,
I, and also you
yes, sure,
watching, that
sure.
we can just place a hand on our
Mm.
hearts, um, and one hand on our belly, and we can just relax and feel this tenderness of your inner child, any age, or they could be multiple. Just welcome them to be with you, just like you're holding a baby in your arms, or a child is sitting in your lap, to bring that curiosity and that vulnerability and that uh, felt, that heart space. Hmm. And now you can also set an own intention for this talk. I'm talking to you who's listening, that you can set your own intention now also for this experience.
I set the intention of relaxing and releasing into a higher state of mind. That was my
Mm,
kind of
beautiful.
phrasing here. Yes.
Yeah, relaxing with your inner child, maybe
Yeah, yeah,
to
exactly. Yes.
it sounds beautiful.
Right.
Yeah. I'm so much enjoying this now, and
Yeah.
I love that I don't know any of your questions
Well,
beforehand either.
I'm not fully prepared, so like we'll play
That's
along
lovely.
like yeah,
That's
it will have
lovely.
to be like quite spontaneous this time, I guess. Yes.
It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
So,
Right.
shall we start?
Are you ready?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Always.
All right. So let us invite the council.
Thank you for coming to us again, and thank you for your trust. We are so honored to be in connection with you, and we want to say that you are so brave for just being on Earth, feeling everything that you're feeling. You have been going through so many portals and so many challenges, and we want you to give yourself credit for that. Um, yes, all the mundane things you're doing that might be insignificant, all your responsibilities, having a family, and at the same time, um, yeah, connecting into these yeah, roller coaster of energies that has been so powerful this summer. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. And I'm curious about the roller coaster. How would you describe the roller coaster and where is it heading?
Well, the roller coaster has a purpose, and it could be described with many different images. One thing, of course, is the breathing. You expand and you contract your chest while you're breathing. So, just like you're breathing in, um, you need that time when you breathe out, you need also the relaxing and the releasing of the tension. Um, so to put that in perspective, it's when you receive new in energy, it's um, it's um, it's a strain on your nervous system to integrate it, and you also need the time to do that, like just like the body is, and the heart and the lungs are taking up the oxygen and transporting it to your blood. So, and of course, you are also at the same time releasing old patterns and uh, old coping mechanisms and old stories. And that is happening also lately, simultaneously, as you're integrating these new stories and these new light codes. So it's another image is that when you are, yeah, you could say just when you are taking a step, you're actually falling forward, and that is something that is so integrated with you as you're walking. So, but when you took your first step, it was really scary to let go of one foot and fall forward. You didn't know if you could regain your balance. So you are so used to that, and this is also going to happen when you start easing into these processes that have been so strong for quite some time now, for a couple of years, at least the latest 3 years. But you're starting to get accustomed to this, how it works to pass through these portals, to shed your old stories, that you just need to be present in your heart and let things happen to you, just as you're confident, as confident as you are when you're taking just another step. You're falling forward and you're quite confident that you will regain your balance. Everyone who has had problems with balance or fainting knows how scary it can be when you lose your balance. But that is also one purpose with this process, is to lose your balance. You literally lose your old connection point, or your own uh, um, you lose the balance point, and you need to let go of that old identity, that when you're identifying with shame and guilt and identifying with your victim role. So you need to let go, and that can be scary. You feel like, who am I and where am I going? And it could be really scary with these new horizons that are opening up.
Yes, thank you. And during the Lion's Gate, you had this beautiful activation. Um, can you give us some like information? How do you know when is humanity ready to receive a certain activation?
Well, you are so ready. Maybe you feel that, oh my God, there is so much new things and it's so intense, I can't take anymore. But this is a long process that you have been opening to more and more of who you are, who you've always been. These transistors, the transforming energy, that are channeling energy between different frequencies, between different dimensions. Uh, this library card, you can also call it, that you have been a library card for all the species on Earth, for all the experiences, and you have them within you. And so you are more prepared than you think, and you have also made a choice to be here in this time, to be bridge builders in this awakening.
Yes, and the activations that you have communicated, is this a part of your role and your mission as well in your process with the humanity?
Well, we have been talking about this before,
Yes.
the power of storytelling that
Mm,
you have really embodied in your DNA,
mm,
the concept of story. So we notice that this is a very powerful tool to lead you um, into deeper connection, rooting, and also receiving new light codes and new information, galactic information. Uh,
mm.
that this is a very safe way to to for you. So that's why, and we are also calibrating with Enbär how much he can take, how much when we started to do this giving out these fire roots by connecting to the center of the earth with your own root. Enbär hadn't got his own route, and as he also stated, he wasn't so much able to take part in these activations while he was channeling them. So he got his own fire route around half a year after we started giving them to you.
Right. And speaking about the inner earth, how how do you relate to the core of the earth?
That's a really beautiful question, and for formulating it as the inner earth, because you are all this planet. You are the stars, you are this particular star, the sun. So everything is inside of you. Um, all the past ancestors, all the species that have gone extinct, all the minerals of the earth, um, all the information stored in the water, all the information that has ever been stored on planet Earth can be found in your blood. So you are just waking up to these amazing functions of being a transistor, of being this connector between species and yeah, connector even to past and future time.
Right. I'm curious here about Atlantis. Can you tell us about Atlantis?
Yes, this was actually very similar to what we are experiencing now, this awakening that we just shared about, that you're becoming aware of your connection to everything and all life on your planet. And this was something that the Atlanteans had woken up to, of course, through all the experiences through Lemuria also. But um, So there was a very deep connection to the water, and they had canals leading from the sea into the temples, and they were very aware of all the blessings that the water carried, the messages and of water and the flow state. Um, so, but what happened when they tried to make this leap, um, this you could say the relationship between their part, their creation, their um, well, manipulation maybe is a too harsh word, but we have always said that we need your creativity to create with us and to create with Source. Otherwise, if it was totally automatic, what was the point of your existence? So you are all unique, you're all gifts, you're all a key to unlock a certain wavelength on the earth. So you have a part. You can surrender to source, but there's also a part of action, a part of this leap that we were telling you about, to fall forward. So that is your part. And what the Atlanteans did, they kind of or some Atlanteans, they were over exaggerating this part. They lost the connection to the heart and to everything, and they got caught up in their own creativity and got so excited about that, and also the power of that, of new inventions on how you could refine everything and make things better. All these impulses that actually we also have and that we want to take over the control. That is when the separation started, and you actually disconnected from your heart, from the connection to nature and the highest good. So what is happening now, and we have also been in a similar development for a long time, with a long time of the story of separation and control on this planet, that had also a purpose, and we can come back to that later. But you have been in this separation, and now you're calibrating back to what is my service, uh, what is my surrender to the whole, to the living planet of the new Earth, the inner Earth, and what is my personal gift. That is, of course, separated. You are a separated being. It's not like that we are becoming one, like a big blob. No, it's more an important individuation. You have to really feel what is your blessing for this planet. What is your gift and your key? And when you find the right keyhole, the place in your life for service, then you can turn the key. You can't turn the key before you find the receiving end of your gifts, the time and place to share, to be of service. Does this make any sense for you?
Absolutely, it makes perfect sense. Thank you.
So, so the Atlanteans, they kind of forced this. They were so excited
Mm.
about their own transformation and ascendance. So they lost their connection, they lost the root, or some did. There was a big conflict between the other Atlanteans that didn't want to go so far. that wanted things to develop more organically.
Mhm. Mhm. And
So there
what,
was this, yes, yes.
yes, so I'm curious about like evolution in other solar systems. Is this like a theme that is can be seen elsewhere?
There is much more connection
Mm.
between different planets and different realms in the galaxy and between galaxies and even between other universes, between different universes. So then you think, and you have recently opened up more and more to both seeing the influence from other parts of the galaxy on your planet, in your planetary history, and awakened a memory in your cells that have been silenced, that you also had this story of separation for your species, that you were alone conscient beings on this planet, both that you discarded the conscience and the gifts of the other species and the consciousness of the other species. Same time you were saying you were separate on this planet, that there's no connections. There's so many connections going on all the time. You're speaking about you being connectors and transistors, you're constantly transmitting your experiences as a species and personally to outer space. So there's, and just as you are being able to channel, you're also being able to send signals and being more aware of what you're sending, both on this planet and to other worlds. And to the second part of your question, if similar things and developments have been going on, yes, but again, every planet has their own gift, their own uniqueness, of course, just like all of you are unique as persons. So it has a slightly different uh, setting, but for example, our planet that is mostly now liquid light, that has been a very long process for us. Um, in the beginning of the life on our planet, life forms were very solid. It was almost like a frozen planet, very hard rock-like substances. And then we went through a very long process when things were slowly uh, melting and warming up, but we didn't go directly to this liquid light phase. There was so many twists and turns and different kinds of species, different kinds of life developing before we eventually came to this state.
So, and the question, did you experience free will?
Yes, we have free will, but it's more of a collective free will on our planet. So we have we have been, as we have told before, we have been in a separated state, uh, but not the way you are. Your contrasts are bigger. But the bandwidth between the very cruel things you can do on your planet and the very highest good you can do on your planet, and that has also a purpose. That has a purpose for your free will, so you can choose. And it also creates this field, a very magnetic field between all these choices that also, um, um, what's the word, catapults the results. of your choices and kind of ignites all your creations. Do you follow us?
Yeah, perfect. That's great. Yes.
Mm.
Um,
So,
and yeah.
for example, the loneliness that is much deeper, the
Mm,
despair is much deeper,
mm, mm,
and that is so when you experience
mm, mm,
community, togetherness, and light. It just like the hunger is the biggest, spice for food. It's like loneliness is the biggest spice for
yeah.
togetherness and true connection.
Yes. Well, my final question, I guess this is from Enbär. Could you talk on the topic of beauty a bit?
Well, beauty is very connected to this um, oneness or
Mm,
wholeness. It's a product when you feel connected to everything, to darkness and light, to loneliness and community. When when you can just see things and accept things as they are, when there's an element of peace also in beauty, harmony and beauty. Music is harmony in sounds. When things are vibrating together in waves, it creates harmony, it creates beauty. So, um, um,
can I ask a follow-up here? I'm I'm
sure,
I'm
sure.
I'm wondering how does light relate to sound? And maybe I asked it before.
Oh, yes. You've been asking about these different kinds of wavelengths of different
Mm,
kinds of energy traveling. Well, you know that sound requires, now what's this word? A transporter, a transporting element.
mm,
For you, for the way you are um, shaped as humans, you can experience just a small bandwidth of sound. There are other
mm,
species on your planets that can hear deeper sounds and higher sounds. And same with colors. So you have a certain bandwidth and you need this transporting element of air to hear the
mm,
sounds. Other species in the water, the whales, for example, are much more focused on the sound in the water. It's a bit slightly confusing for you, but you can also hear sound in the water. But other species, they can experience frequencies, for example, light as music. We experience light in more like music.
mm,
So we can feel the change in the light just like a musical waves and with musical pauses and all that you experience in music.
mm, mm,
So the difference between light and music and is not that big. It's smaller than you think, but that's how you are built, how you have separated your senses to have one sight which can take in light, your eyes, and then you have these other senses like hearing and touching. But some species, even on your planet, are blending these more together. They experience like a full um, oneness of perception. That is also very common in other worlds.
mm,
That you have more, and especially the more developed worlds, so that you have the totality of perception, not divided into these different forms that you are having experience. But that is also part of your process to integrate sound, touch, taste, and beauty through your eyes with feeling.
Right. And so like the experiencing the beauty and the rhythm and the harmony of music is such is this unique to the like the physicality of the species?
Yeah, this is again, you have so many contrasts, and we would
Mm.
like to bring in also the concept of pain here,
Mm.
because and you have the opposite of beauty. I don't know what you would consider as opposite of beauty, but maybe distortion and chaos and anxiety is the opposite of beauty.
Noise,
Some
maybe. Mm.
something that is ugly to you is maybe not connected. That's what most
Mm.
of humans define as ugly. Something is ugly when it's a bit off, when
Yes.
it's not aligned, and that could come in many different ways.
Mm.
Sorry, we forgot the question, or Enbär
Well,
forgot the question.
it was like the way we perceive or the how music translates into emotions. Is this only the physicality of the
Yeah,
human
your
species?
physicality, you changed the question, and
Yes,
we can answer both those questions.
yes,
So the physicality, yeah, we wanted to bring in the pain here also,
mm,
um, as almost something like an anchor that is anchoring your experience, uh, pain and suffering, um, of that are part of the conditions on your planet, is anchoring this love and light, and makes a container, just like death is a container, and makes this moment precious. So it's the same thing with the physicality. You are very physical, so you can differentiate between being a soul or being an energy and being really solid. This is an integration process that is so important to what you're going through now, to integrate the light and the the higher frequencies into the deeper parts of your body that can experience pain. A soul cannot experience pain for good and for bad in the same way that an embodied soul can do.
can the soul experience like the harmonics of music?
That they can.
Yes.
That and also, yes, both embodied beings and beings without more dense bodies can
Mm.
experience the vibrations,
Mm.
because a soul or a being without a more solid body still has a body, still has a field, an energy field. It's just that it's not so dense, but it cannot experience this deeper pain, but it can experience frequencies.
Yes.
And this is also why trees and plants love music. They love when you're singing, because
Mm.
they are more etherical beings. So they're even though they have a very solid trunk, a solid body part, they are more connected to the etherical world, and through the network of the forest, the mycelium and the internet of the forest. But because of that, they enjoy music and they channel the music they hear. They channel the wind and the movements into this network.
Mm. Thank you. I guess we will bring Enbär back. Do you
Yeah,
have some final message?
Yeah, we would love to make a small meditation with you while we
Yes.
are going to play some music. This is the first time we do this with Enbär, so we are all excited about it. So imagine yourselves in the middle of the jungle. Uh, and don't turn the sound on yet. uh, in your imagination, just imagine yourself sitting on a very beautiful, warm, and safe place, just close to a stream. And you feel very comfortable and relaxed and warm. And now you can turn your hearing on. You're hearing all these sounds of life. You can hear the wind through the leaves. You can hear birds. You can even hear the fishes in the water. You can hear the monkeys in the high up in the trees. You're just hypersensitive to all that is going on around you. And all this life is entering your heart through these sounds. Imagining that you're sucking up all the colors and the smells of the jungle with all the sounds, sound of the water, sound of the birds, the sound of the wind, sound of the raindrops. You open your heart to that beauty, and it's all melting into your heart. You feel you're connected to all the beings in the rainforest. You're connected to all the elements, the water that you hear close to you, the warmth in the air, the earth beneath you, and the tree behind your back. You are so connected, you're breathing the beauty in and out of your heart. You're breathing the gratitude of being alive. You're breathing in green light. You're breathing out red light. You're breathing in white light through your crown. You're breathing in and out darkness through your root. Very soothing, warm and moist darkness in your root. And you're breathing in blue light through your throat. Breathing out the distortions. You're breathing in purple energy through your third eye. And in your stomach, you're breathing in warm fire, orange, soothing fire that ignites all the other chakras, all the other flavors of being alive. Now you can slowly come back to your seat where you are right now. Welcome back to your body here and now in your own pace. Thank you for your trust.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That was beautiful.